Hello guys, welcome back. It's Logical as always, and today we're going to be covering the patch notes that were released yesterday. This footage was taken post-patch, so I did get a little bit of a see to what the patch actually did do. So that should be very interesting at the very least. Other than that, this footage is me using my Elder Goat as I have other stuff planned. But no, our main thing that we are going to do today is take a look at the patch notes. So we are, and we're going to get stuck straight into it with this giant wall of text. Okay, so these changes are PvP exclusive changes, so they are. So this is just for whenever PvP is involved. The inescapable frenzy incantation has been given a greater grab angle, so it has. Lifesteal Fist got a buff across the board, so it did, with power, range, and its grab angle as well. Decreased the power of two-handed jumping attacks. That's going to be rough for a couple of people because there is some jump attack builds that are out there, but there's probably going to be rough overall. It just limits the amount of damage that can be pumped out from a jump attack, which isn't a bad thing, but it gets nerfed more later on. Next up is it decreased the power of the heavy running attacks of fists and claw weapons. So this is going to be rough for fist builds. Thank God, because I fucking hate them. They're nothing but a bane in this game, so they are. It's just the heavy is just a nightmare. Thank fuck they reduced the damage of that heavy and the running heavy. Basically, it neuters that true combo a little bit, which I'm quite happy about. Next up is the decreased power of the Founding Rain of Stars spell. Now, I never actually found this to be a problem, to be fair. It was rare that anybody ever actually really used it, in fairness. Decreased the spell enchantment effect of Terra Magica. So Terra Magica, mages got hit hard. Once you lose Terra Magica, they lose an awful lot of their damage, so they do. Decrease the damage and poise damage of the Wave of Gold skill when hitting an opponent over a certain distance. That's okay. And then this one tickled me. This one made me very happy. Decreased the effectiveness of Determination and Royal Knight's Resolve skills. You thank fuck that got nerfed. I am so happy, but I can bet you any money so many people are going to be so angry about it, and I'm going to bathe in their salt over it, because oh my god, I'm going to bathe in their salt. That is just mwah, chef's kiss. Okay, so next up, I don't really get this one, but they decreased the effect of Contagious Fury on the Jellyfish Shield. In my opinion, the Jellyfish Shield was just a PvE shield, so it was. And then decreased effectiveness of the Claw Talisman. Jumper builds got nerfed. Decreased the effectiveness of the Lord of Blood's Exaltation. Blade builds got nerfed. Decreased the attack power again by the White Mask. Blade builds got nerfed again. Okay, on to the final changes. Decreased the jump attack buff from the Raptor's Black Feathers, which means jump builds got nerfed again, so they got nerfed 3 times in this, so they did. And then decreased the effect of various mixed physics, so magic, flame, lightning, and holy. This doesn't bother me due to the fact that I'm a duelist, but I would say it probably pisses off a couple of the invaders. But in saying that though, I'll wait and see what my opinion is on that one, so I will. On to our second great wall of text, which is general balances. So this is a global changes, so it is. So the added invulnerability window when respawning in the Colosseum, not all that important. Increase the scaling of the following attributes when infusing weapons with certain ashes of war: magic, fire, flame art, lightning, and sacred. So all of those builds got a buff. Intelligence builds, fire builds, flame arts, yeah, they're all just better off, so they are. So that's not too bad. Increase the attribute scaling of the following weapons: colossal swords, great axes, hammers, flails, great hammers, and colossal weapons. So strength builds got a juicy buff in this one, so they did. Increase the speed, range, and recovery time of some attacks on the following weapon types: great hammers, great axes, great swords, and curved great swords. So all of these weapon classes got a hefty buff in my opinion, so they did. Next up, there was a couple of changes to the flails. So they increased the speed of some attacks, reduced the attack recovery, and increased poise damage when two-handing. So that's not too bad, so it isn't. Increased the running attack speeds and reduced attack recovery time for the following weapon types: straight swords, curved swords, katanas, twin blades, axes, hammers, and halberds. Easier to punish, I suppose. If they whiff, they're easier to punish. Increase the first attack speed of the following weapons: straight swords, curved swords, and whip. So the first attack of the chain, I'm assuming, comes out that little bit quicker. Increase the speed of guard counters for the following weapons: straight swords, great swords, colossal swords, curved great swords, katanas, twin blades, axes, basically most of them. Twin blades, axes, great axes, flails, great hammers, spears, great spears, and halberds. So guard counters got a buff. Okay, we'll see if that affects the meta any. I'm kind of hoping they do. Okay, so next up, reduce the attack recovery time for whips. Thank God, because whips were absolutely infuriating on light rolls, so they were. Increase the damage of claw weapons. Okay, to be fair, the true combo got nerfed, so I'm kind of happy about this. Added holy damage and faith scaling to the great club. Thank God, because it came with golden land, so having that extra faith scaling is very nice. Increase damage negation when blocking holy damage, and decrease damage negation when blocking damage from other affinities. Are they trying to nerf holy damage? It looks like it. And lastly for this section, increase the effectiveness of the Twin Blade Talisman. Final attack of a chain, I don't see that being very useful. Slightly reduced rolling travel distance for light equipment weights. Thank God, because light rolls are so busted, so they are. And then they decrease the hitbox for some attacks of the following weapon types: thrusting swords, heavy thrusting swords, spears, great spears, and halberds. Oh my God, they hit them. They hit the thrusting meta, guys. Mwah. So many people are bound to be pissed off at this patch notes. By so many people must be angry, and I am going to bathe in their salt. So I am. And then the last thing that was in the patch notes was a couple of Ash of Wars adjustments. So Lifesteal Fist, increase target grab range. Okay. Surge of Faith, which is one of the big weapons, so it is increased projectiles. Flame Spit, basically higher range guard skills, simple as. Tongues of Fire, increased guard speed and blocking. Okay. Great Auricular Bubble, which is I'm assuming is the big hammer that I haven't used yet, but increased projectile generation speed and reduced recovery time, so that might be a little bit of a tit for tat there. Viper Bite can't be used after rolling apparently. Shriek of Milos now has a close range poise damage. Guys, be careful, because the sword of Milos is disgustingly strong, so it is. The spear called Ritual Spear, increased projectile speed, increased projectile generation speed, so basically it's just an animation increase, so it is. Cursed Blood Slash, this is Morgoth's signature weapon, increased projectile generation and reduced the recovery time, so 50-50 on that one again. Gold Breaker, which is Marcus Hammer, reduced recovery time. It was very easy to roll out straight after, like you're using a big wind up, like you want to inflict some damage. It should be an easy open. I command thee kneel, increased attack generation, not like it needed it because the poise did all of it for you. Starcaller's Cry, increased the speed of follow-up attacks. Which one's Starcaller's Cry? There's the Star Scourge Greatswords. Okay. And the Spinning Wheel, which is the Wheel of Giza. Increased attack generation speed, that's good. And then also added a roller, heavy attack, cancel timing when using the skill. So, general buffs. General buffs and nerfs across the board. As says, I've already made it very clear which ones I have thoroughly enjoyed. So I have, and I am going to probably thoroughly enjoy this patch as well. Winding up people, so I am. So guys, if you liked the video, please like, share and subscribe. And guys, I shall see you all in the next video. Bye bye.